It's not a team we're familiar with, but obviously we've learned a lot about them. We did studies on them in the off season. We had a lot of time as coaches to do those kind of things, and we do know their coaches. We had some experience with those guys in the past in special teams and defense especially. So, but they present a bunch of problems, both sides of the ball. Just think of the defense off the top here. It's very creative pressure package. You guys saw it Monday night. I mean, they bring them from everywhere. Safeties come half the time. Quentin Michael gets them lined up in the back. It's very complicated. Laurinaitis gets them lined up in the front, and it's just a very complex, sophisticated scheme we're going to have to deal with.
Seven is rough. We love that challenge. That challenge is you're telling us that you're going to hand the ball to somebody a certain amount of times, and they're going to get a certain amount of yards. So every week, that's always highlighted for us as we take that personal, and that's something that we've done for many years. And seeing those top two backs, you probably only pick another handful of backs, who's up in that category. And we're seeing another one this week, a really animal, I want to call him, because he plays the game, almost like a linebacker at the running back position. And but our front seven is definitely always up for the task, and so here we go again.
John, defensively, how much do you have to prepare for the Rams' no-huddle look? It seemed to give the Giants a lot of trouble the other night.
Yeah, we talked about that. That's going to be a big part of it, especially in the dome, especially with the crowd noise and all that stuff. And it's something they've done, both games so far, and they've done it really well. So the ability just to get the communication done, get lined up, all those kind of things are going to be really important for us.
How much of an emphasis do you put on that in practice, going up against a team that is going to give that type of a look?
Well, we'll practice the communication part of it as best we can. It's hard to get the tempo because you want to get the look right when you're working off the card. Sometimes your offense can help you with that too, and some things that we do, but. Really, it's hard to. You really can't replicate it in practice, at this time of year.
Are there different challenges defensively when you go into a dome stadium on the road versus outdoor?
You know what? I think the challenges might be more for offense. For us, that's kind of more of like an advantage, because we can hear. And anytime we can communicate and we can hear and we can talk about things, I think it always helps our defense. So I think that's probably been an advantage for us on that side.
One thing that you see on tape is that them guys are physical. They're very fast. And, it's great when you got a chance to watch them on Monday Night Football. Regardless of what the score is, you're kind of scouting them, on your own and watching the game. And, their record, I've always said it, their record doesn't show how good they are as a team. It's little miscues here and there, and that's the difference between winning and losing. And we know they're going to come out fired up, and nobody wants to go 0-3. As the beginning of the year starts, and with the change of schedules, the short off season, I'm sure them guys will be ready to play. What's great going into this week is that we're facing the Rams run the similar front to what Tennessee ran, and obviously you're going to put some wrinkles in the run game. You're going to try to add a play or two, and to mix it up. But at the same time, it's going to be execution. And it's another test for us being that we're away. But, as far as, making any changes, I don't think we have to change what we're doing, but we do have to execute. And that's our job as professionals. And, it'll start, I'll take onus on it. I'll be the, guys trying to push the run game to get going, because, obviously, when we run the ball, we're pretty successful.